Alright, so what's up, you guys? I know it's been a while since you guys have seen me around. Been kind of taking a small break. You know, taking a small break. I had a COVID scare, but that was just because I was in really crappy air quality. As you know, air quality here in California is not very good. So I've been kind of just like hanging out inside and stuff. But other than that, I haven't been doing that much. Going live, waiting for people to get in. Oh, there's one person. See the comments. There's no one there. No one there. But yeah, I'm using StreamYard today so that way people can join in on the thing if they want to. I don't know exactly how to do it though because, yes. Let me grab something over here. If you're here, comment. Tell me what's up because I can't. I'm using a different platform, so I don't exactly know how to use it. I don't want to figure this out. I'm using my phone to go live today because, like, computer and stuff, it's kind of hard. It's a lot easier to use, but it's like harder to manipulate the camera and stuff. But other than that, I haven't been doing too much. As you guys can see right here, I got the Revo charging. I'm gonna go drive it. Got some fresh go-go juice right here, 20%. You know, the regular stuff that I like to do. So there's one person staying on here, which I appreciate that, but I'd like for you to comment so that way I can figure out who it is. So this is kind of an unannounced live, so no one's probably gonna get on, except for maybe this one person here, because they're cool like that. But then again, it's only 2 minutes in, so I don't really know who's gonna be here. But there's one person on. I'm gonna hop into my own live so I can see comments and stuff, because I can't see comments on this. So I should be live. There we go. Let me mute myself so I don't feedback. Oh, there is one person on here. I just can't see the comments. There we go. Should I? Where you get your fuel from? I bought this, or well, my dad bought this off of A-Main because we ran out. So he bought this off of A-Main. He bought a gallon, but they don't sell a gallon, so they don't sell a gallon bottle, so they kind of just. So my dad bought 4 quarts instead, so that way we can have a gallon without having a gallon. So I got an email from Canvas. Oh, it's the FFA thing. So yeah, I'm gonna post the link. Let me see. Invite a guest. Let me copy this whole thing. There we go. And can I comment? I don't know. How's the T-Max doing? Let's see. T-Max is right there. T-Max is doing fine. Nothing is broken on it. It's running. Actually runs pretty good still. And then that's all. The T-Max is doing great. And yeah. That thing will probably run forever. You used Bones Brew before. I have never used Bones before. I've used Sidewinder though. I like Sidewinder for my race cars. Well, one of my race cars. I only have one. I got transmission screw issues with mine. SMH. Yeah, that's. I've had that happen before with my T-Max. I was being dumb. So, story time. When I was adjusting the 2-speed, the shift point on my T-Max, I actually loosened the set screw that has it set on the shaft. So that wound out actually stripping the whole mechanism, and it would like it sucked, like, really bad. It was not fun. So let me do that, because I'm getting confused by my stream. My T-Max engine has nitro lock. I'm trying to get it back and running. That's pretty cool. I think what's wrong with it? Is the piston and sleeve stuck? Is the crankshaft not spinning? Because, like, usually if that happens to me, because sometimes I'll forget to put, like, WD-40 in my engines after I run them, so the oil and all the moisture in there, it'll get really thick and it'll be a little bit difficult to rotate the flywheel. And I'll just spray WD-40 in it and it'll be fine. And then I go to fire it up the next day and it runs perfectly fine. Like, that's what I do with my Revo. So let's get you guys down here. Yeah, the piston is literally stuck in place. That sucks. I think if you just spray like WD-40 in it or something, it should do fine. But, like, look at this thing. This thing's cool. So yeah, I wish I could flip the camera around. Can I flip my camera around? Oh no, don't do that. So I'm just spraying WD-40 over time to get it to free up. Yeah. I think if you just let it sit and soak into it, then it should work. So here's a close-up at one of my nitros. It's a low C8. It's got a nice OS XZB in it. It's version 2. It's got a nice Reds pipe on it. I've got a couple. That engine is still actually super fresh. So it's still, I don't think it's even fully broken in yet. I still have to run it. I need more race blend sidewinder. This guy down here, this is actually my basher buggy. Here, let me move this thing out of the way. This is actually my basher buggy right here. It runs all day long. Like, legit, this engine, if you're going to buy an RTR Nitro buggy, or just an RTR Nitro in general, the low C8 RTR, that's a really good option. This engine right here, it's like a freaking lawnmower. You can't kill it. It's a really, really, really reliable engine. Like, almost too reliable. It's almost suspicious how reliable it is. It's literally like, it's almost too reliable. What is it like having an X-Max? I want one really bad. Dude, it's freaking awesome. Like, look at how big it is. It's like the daddy of the Revo and the T-Max. Or like, the Revo and the T-Max are like this guy's stepdads or something. Like, it doesn't even compare to both of these. To both of those trucks. It's so freaking cool. Parts for these aren't that expensive either. It's really cool. I actually just cleaned this thing up a couple of weeks ago and I haven't driven it since. So this thing still looks pretty good. Let's see. Show that Spider-Man T-Max. Well, that actually isn't a T-Max. This right here is actually an E-Max. It's a first generation E-Max when it first came out in like the early 90s or something like that. I think it came out early 90s or 2000s. And it was pretty top of the line. I restored this thing fully. This was actually my dad's when I was a baby. So I restored it fully. Runs really good now. I thought I busted the transmission. Thank goodness I didn't. So the automatic shifting thing still works. Mm-hmm. That thing is huge. 1K though for that bad boy. Yeah. The truck itself was like $900, and then I had to buy batteries and a charger for it because we didn't have a charger that could handle charging those big 4S batteries and stuff. So we had to buy the Traxxas charger, and then we bought 2 4S batteries, which set us over $1,000. Thanks, man. That truck is nice. I really enjoy it. Hi, Will. So I'm trying to figure out how to put. Can I comment? Post comment. There you go. Where's paste? I'm trying to paste a comment. New things are scary. Paste. So there, right there. What's that Lightning McQueen body in the background? That right there is an old Lightning McQueen body that came from... This thing actually came from a New Bright toy way back when, and it was cool. I did this when I was like 8 or 9 years old. I took the body off. This came on a super cheap, crappy New Bright RC car. I took the body off and then I put it on my Mini Slash, and the Mini Slash became Lightning McQueen for like 2 weeks, and then I put the regular body back on because I wanted to jump it. You're headed out later, dude. Hopefully your phone doesn't die, because that's gonna suck. I hate it when my phone dies. All right, there we go. So the Revo's all charged up now. Don't know exactly when I'm gonna go drive it because I'm live right now. I don't want to have a 30-minute live because that's kind of boring. Nothing interesting happens when the live's that short. So yeah. What's your all-time favorite RC you either own or want? Well, that's kind of a difficult question because it can't be either that I own or that I want. Because if I wanted it, it wouldn't be my favorite RC. You feel me? Like I could have a car be my favorite RC and never own it. That doesn't compute. But I'd have to say my favorite RC that I have that I own is, I don't know. It's pretty hard. Like I have too many choices. But I'd probably say for bashing, the X Max, easy all day. Favorite one, my X Max. My favorite trucks to drive though are my Nitro, my Revo, and my T Max. Like just driving these trucks is a whole lot of fun. You don't have to take these to a super crazy bash spot to have fun with them. And out of the T Max or the Revo, I'm sorry, but I gotta say the Revo. This thing is built different. And then my favorite track cars, I don't know. I have too many. I have a lot of fun with my track cars, but I have to say probably my two-wheel buggy. I love two-wheel buggy, one of my favorite classes to race. But 8-scale buggy also, it's a bit different. Like it's crazy amounts of fun. How freaking fun those cars are. So yeah, like legit. I have favorite cars for different. I have favorite cars for different things. Like bashing, X Max all the way. Driving, probably the Revo, because 2-speed, nitro, stuff like that. And then track cars and all that stuff. You have any crawlers? Yes, I've had crawlers in the past, but crawling is not my thing. It's too slow. You don't jump anything. I found myself driving my crawler like I was driving a monster truck, and that wasn't really worth it because I was going to break something eventually. I had an Axial SCX-10 too. That thing was fun, but I drove it maybe like 3 or 4 times a year at most. I drove it maybe once every 5 or 6 months, and I was like, what's the point of keeping it on the shelf? So I just sold it, and then I used the money that I sold it with and bought this, which I have way more fun with this than that crawler that I had. Move this over here, actually, so you guys can get a little bit of a glamour shot of the video. I see guitars in the background. Is that your other hobby? Yes, actually. Well, not so much anymore. I used to play guitars a lot. I used to play guitars and drums a whole lot. But now I played guitars and drums for since I was 5 years old, and I'm 17 now. So I've been doing music for quite a while, and I just got burnt out. It wasn't fun anymore, so I decided I'll just take a break from that, so I don't wind up hating it. I'll just stick to these guys. Gets me outside, moving, using my brain, figuring stuff out. So my parents weren't too bummed out. They would have been mad at me though if I would have given up music and played video games all the day instead. But like, video games aren't really my thing. I only play video games if I'm bored, it's hot outside, and I don't want to go outside. I don't have any nitro, or I just don't want to do anything and I want to play video games. So, yeah, that's what I have. But I want you guys to comment for those 4 people that are watching. What is your dream RC car? If your budget was not an option, you had all the money in the world, you had all the space in the world, everything that's putting you off from buying a certain RC car was not an issue. There's literally 0 issues with any RC car you want. What RC car would you buy? I want you guys to comment that right now. Like, for me, if it was me and I had all the space in the world, all the money in the world, I get a Losi 5T, 5th scale, all day. That the Losi 5T, like, I would darn near crap my pants if I ever bought one, just because they're so expensive. The price of the trucks actually went up. It went from $1,400 to $1,600. So yeah, it is not fun. You have your dream RC car? What's your dream RC car? Day Walker says an X-Max, 100%. Yes. The X-Max was my dream RC car, and then I bought it. So it's now my RC car. Now, one step up, Losi 5T, like 35 pounds of 2-stroke awesomeness. I think it's closer to 40, I think. I don't remember though. All I know is that those trucks are big and they sound awesome. And I want one, but I don't have the money or the space for one, so I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna swing that one in. But I literally have no space for that truck. If I were to buy one, I have 0 space for it. I barely have space for this car. I barely have space for my Mini B. I have it set on top of my dog's kennel. Because, yes, I don't want to put it on the floor. Because I already have enough cars on the floor. Let me grab it over here. Let's check it out. Got the Revo right here. It's almost ready to go. I'm going to go live for a little while longer, and then I'm going to go drive. I have my camera charging, so that way I can film it. I don't know if it's going to be a video or anything. I think so, but I don't know, because I'm just going to go drive it in the front yard, so I should be able to get at least a half-decent video out of it. Look at the state of my Slash. It's all tore apart. Because I went to my uncle's house and we broke a lot. And my truck already wasn't working. So we just used my truck as a donor truck. Yeah. It's kind of a bummer. But I think the Slash is the only truck that isn't running right now, other than this car. But I'm going to get the part soon to fix this one. So I think this one's the only one that doesn't run right. Oh yeah, this one and my RC10 GT that's down there. That one doesn't run either. But all these other cars run. Oh yeah, and this one doesn't run. It needs a receiver. This one needs like an entire refresh, and that just needs like 8 arms and stuff. Super easy. You know what? Let me go like this. No, I don't want to do that. It's dumb. What nitro race cars do you have? All right, so let me put this down. And then put this guy over here. Because it's my Revo. And then, so I only have one race car, or well, I only have one car that I would consider my race car. That's this guy right here. It's my Losi 8 4.0. It's all ready to go. I just need to find a decent track to run it at. So yeah, this car right here. This is what I would consider my race car. I have another 8 4.0, or I have another. Oops, I have another Losi 8, but it's right there. But that one's the RTR one, so that's I consider that one my like basher, like for the front yard and stuff. Pretty much drive it wherever. This other car, or well, this car right here, I mostly use it as a track car. You guys can see right there. I kind of have to hold my phone in a weird way, so that way I can get you guys to move around and stuff. But here's a close little look at it. It's a little dusty from sitting, but it's not super dusty. It's definitely cleaner than some people's cars whenever they let them sit. So yeah, there's my pipe. Got a Reds pipe on it. Nice OS XZ-B version 2 in here. And then got myself some half decent Savox servos. Sorry if my camera work isn't the best. I have to hold it weird. So yeah, I got nice Savox servos in there, so my throttle's nice and crisp. And then all the other race car things. I only have one pair of tires for it. Losi Proline blockades. And the I don't even know what compound they're in. I forgot. I just acquired my dream race car, an X-Ray XB8 with the OS2182. That's pretty cool, man. In my area, there is literally no part support for X-Ray or Kyosho. Well, in my area, there isn't even an 8 scale scene, but they're still fun. But mostly in my area, it's 10 scale. Like legit, all the racing, it's all 10 scale indoor stuff. So yeah, but I can't really complain because I do love it. 10 scale indoor, it's a lot of fun. So yeah, that's one of my race cars. I got 3 other race cars, but those are 10 scale. They're indoor. Got 750 subscribers. I didn't even notice that. So yeah, so today's live was pretty much me just going live because I'm bored and I don't have anything better to do because I've been out of school, so I pretty much haven't been at school since quarantine. I haven't been at school since March of last year. This is my first year coming back to school, and the way they have it, my schedule's all stupid and stuff, so like legit I don't really have anything to do right now. My schedule's all funky, so I'm pretty much home right now because, yes. Yo, Camaro Dan in the house. Not in my house, because that'd be weird. But in the house. So, yeah, that's pretty neat. Oh, frick, come on. Stupid mouse is being done. Oh, yeah, you know it. So, I'm trying to think something cool that I could do. I don't know. Because, like, no one's on. I'm gonna go drive my truck right now. Oh, check this out. So, let me show you what that's about, Dan. I'm not gonna give you guys a house tour because the house is messy. It's all, messy and stuff. But let me show you why I'm coughing. Don't worry. I'm not like sick or anything with COVID. I'm just. Let me show you. It's crazy. So we're outside now. As you guys can see, it looks like it's cloudy, but that's not cloud. Those aren't clouds. That's smoke. So it looks like it's cloudy out here, but it's smoke. That's how bad our air is right now. So I had a sore throat for a couple of days, and I was coughing and stuff, but like it's just really crappy air. That's why I'm coughing. My mom got the same thing. That's because, California, good, terrible air quality. It's what we do. Is there a limit of RCs that you will have? Otis, what are you doing, you nerd? Sorry, it's my mom's dog attacking my dog because he's dumb. There we go. So that was fun. It's a little field trip. I'm not going to show you guys the house because it's messy and my mom would get mad. She'd be like, why are you showing people the house? I don't know, man. I don't know, Mom. They're my fans. I gotta be honest with them. So, yeah, that's why I was coughing, which is pretty neat. So, is there a limit of RCs that you will have, or do you just want to collect them all? Honestly, I don't really have a limit that I would stop at. I would pretty much keep on going until I didn't have money or the space to keep them. Like right now in my room, I'm pretty much tapped. If I were to get another 10 scale car, it'd have to sit literally in the middle of my floor. It'd have to sit like you guys can already tell I have cars on the floor already. So once I do all that stuff, yeah, it's pretty much a matter of space and money. Like if I'm gonna collect a car, I'm either gonna drive it a lot, drive it sometimes, or I'm not gonna drive it at all because it's a collector's car. Oh wow, we just jumped to 8 people. That's pretty cool. So like, yeah, I don't really have a limit to any amount of cars that I'd have. I'd have as many as I could. But that's 30, 100, 1,000. I'll keep on going until I literally can't anymore. Because I love these cars. I've been in this hobby since I was like 2. That's when I started like pushing my first RC car. Not driving, but pushing it. So like, yeah. A Go Fast RC. Got a Traxxas 2.5R engine, and it's pretty good. That's pretty cool. People always bash on the 3.3 and the 2.5s. They're great for me. They run hot, but other than that, they're great. The 3.3 is fantastic when you put an OS 11K carb on it, though. I don't know how a 2.5 will do with an 11K carb, but I think it'll work. Because both the throats of the carburetors are the exact same. But the OS 11K, it makes the Traxxas carbs seem like they're from Toys R Us. That 11K is freaking amazing. I want to get a Kyosho race buggy next, then a Losi Gravedigger. The LMT, yeah, I want an LMT too. Those things are freaking cool. I'd be scared to drive it like how I drive the X-Mac because I'm not used to bashing solid axle trucks, but it would be really cool. to have one of those. I bought my Revo last year, and now I have 5 other nitros. You know, Traxxas just hits different when it's your first car. Sometimes they can be pains in the butts. But once you figure out the engines and what they like and what they don't like, they'll run great. They'll run all day for you. Unless you're my dad, because he the Traxxas engines hate him for some reason. Engine temps are good, going to around 230, 270. Yeah, that's normal for the that's normal for a 2.5 and a 3.3. But yeah, they tend to just run warm. You just kind of have to richen your needles every once in a while, lean the bottom, richen the high, depending. It just depends what your engine likes, where you're at. Did you hear about the low C8T RTR price? Yeah, they went up like, I want to say $100. Is that right? They went up the low C8 RTR nitros. Those things went up like $100, something like that. Because whenever I bought mine, it was like $380, but now it's like 400, like 450, 460, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. They got all the low C stuff's gotten expensive. The low C5T went up $200, so it's not fun when people are like, hey, you know, you're this product that you guys like, let's charge you more for it, because you guys apparently really like it. I was running lean one time and I got to 307, and at that point it was way too much. Yeah, you don't want that. You want your engine to hit 307. That's too lean. But as long as you richened it, you didn't keep on going, it should be okay. It started at 400, then went to 470. Now it's at 520. Jesus. Yeah, when I bought mine, the only reason why I bought mine was because it's $300. Like, that's super freaking cheap. Yo, later, guru. So yeah, it kind of sucks. Traxxas stuff, it's also gotten expensive as well. Well, they've always been kind of expensive, but yeah, the Haas is a truck that I will never understand from Traxxas. They pretty much copied a Rustler 4x4, changed a couple of things, called it a completely new truck, and they want a crap ton more money for it. Like they want close to $500 for that truck when you can just like pay $80 more and get a Max, which is a bigger, better truck. It doesn't make any sense. I was gonna get an 8 RTR, but with the new price, I don't want it anymore. Yeah, I understand that. It's a lot of money. Like at that point, it's still gonna be expensive. It's gonna cost more money than getting a It's gonna cost more money than getting the RTR. But at that point, you can buy yourself a nice race chassis and build your own car for that price. It's kind of expensive. The Haas is just an enhanced Stampede. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that the Haas is like a bad truck or anything, but the way they marketed it and the price that they want for it, that truck is not worthy of either of those things. Like, well, in my opinion, it's not worth it because, like, it's too expensive for what it is. Let's be honest. It's too expensive. And two, it's not an all new design like Traxxas claims. They just used spare parts and stuff to make a new car. That's all they did. The type of fuel that I'm using is Blue Thunder Sport 11 oil 20% nitro. I've never heard of Blue Thunder. It's pretty cool though. I usually use in my race cars the 8 art in the 8 4.0 and RTR. I use Sidewinder, but I get different blends. For my RTR, I get Basher blend, and for my 4.0, I get the race blend, which is pretty cool. I like it. Sidewinder, people say that Traxxas fuel is garbage, but honestly, in my opinion, It does its job. What more do you really want from it? I mean, I tried running Sidewinder in those engines, in the 3.3 and the 2.5, and they didn't run right. They would not idle. They were super erratic. They didn't hold a tune. And then we flushed out all the Traxxas fuel, and we flushed out all the Sidewinder fuel, and then we put in the Traxxas fuel. Sorry about that. And the cars ran great. So Traxxas fuel works for me. Doesn't work for everyone, but it works for me. The Kyosho Madman brushless or the rival my 10 or MT10. I'm sure that's what you meant to put. His best MT for the price. Yeah. And if I was to get a 10 scale monster truck, it'd probably be the Max, because it's pretty much a baby version of that. And that truck is out of the box. To me, out of the box, that truck is the strongest truck you can buy. Sure, people can say Armas are strong too. Yeah, once you upgrade the entire freaking car. So with that truck, you just have to upgrade the hubs, because they'll blow out bearings, the gears, and then I think that's it. Because you need the RPM hubs, you need to upgrade the heavy duty gears, which I have done to that truck, and then those are like the two mandatory things you have to do if you want it to be like a strong truck and not have to worry about stuff breaking. But like, it's upgrading your entire freaking chassis, or upgrading gears and hubs. Which do you think means it's a stronger car? I mean, come on. Let's catch up on these comments. All that I know is that it does not like to run lean. Most teams don't like to run lean. Like, I hate it whenever I hear my car pinging, and I'm like, oh, okay, frick. And then I bring it instantly inside, and I richen it up. You were right about that fuel. Yo, what's up, Bobs? It won't idle down. I-10. Not a very good tune for Sidewinder fuel. Yeah. See? I got someone else with the same experience. I even tried Byron in the three. My dad tried Byron, which is like industry standard for high-end fuel. We tried that in our 3.3s, and they still wouldn't run right. So it's the fuel. Because once my dad put in the Traxxas fuel, truck ran flawless. Like, nothing was wrong with it. Bent chassis Arma, yeah. I'm not gonna say I don't like Arma, but I do not like their 6 and 8S line of cars. I would consider buying their. I'd consider buying their what do you call it? Their 3 to 4S. The 3 to 4S cars, like the Sentin, the Sentin 3S, Creighton 4S. I'd consider those cars if I was wanting to get one. If I really wanted an Arma, I'd probably get those. But I would not buy a 6 to 8S version of those cars. I don't trust them yet. Yo, what's up, remote control channel? Takes a few tanks or more when changing fuels. It always runs worse at first when changing fuels. Well, the thing is, my dad, the very first tank that went into that T-Max was Byron's. And then we put the Traxxas fuel in, we let that cycle through, and as time went on, the truck just got better and better and better. So it was quite a shock. And it was the same exact thing with my T-Max. Once I had Sidewinder backyard basher blend in literally that exact engine that's in there now. I had that in there, and it wouldn't idle down at all. It would run hot. And then, so I was like, all right, looked it up. People are having the same issues. They switched over to Traxxas fuel, ran fine. I did the same thing. Same exact results. All the old school hop-ups are so high in the rare parts. People want an arm for and a leg for it. Yep. There is a guy selling Proline Power Stroke shocks for an Emax for like $300 because it was quote vintage. And I was like, no. Was the percentage of nitro the same? Yeah, they were both. I know the Traxxas fuel has different oil content; it's way higher, but they were both. They were both 20% nitro. The Byron was 12. The Byron's was 12% oil. The Traxxas, I believe, it's 16 or 18%. It doesn't say on the bottle, but I think Hybrid said it was like 16 or 18. It's one of those. It's really high. But they were both the same nitro percentage, so it shouldn't have been that big of a difference, but it was. And I don't think oil content would have anything to do with that, so I don't know. It's just kind of dumb. It has too much oil content. It's at 18%. Yeah, I thought it's really high. Yeah, too much of anything is never good, but so far, I had my T-Max for a couple of years now, and it has not seemed to want to die or anything. So I'm going to pretty much keep on running this until I have a bad experience with it and an engine just destroys itself, which I guess we'll see in that 2.5. And then, I don't know. But I'm going to keep on using it. The engine seemed to like it. They might be destroying themselves, but I'm not in it, so it's not that big a deal. Oh, yeah, look at that. That fuel has sat in there since the last video that you guys saw me do. This is Traxxas fuel. Oh, yeah. It's like wine. It ages. As it ages, it only gets better. I'm not going to empty it out in here. It's not very good. You just got a supercharger for a Revo 3.3. That's pretty cool. JK341, you finally made it, dude. Finally. You've been kind of out of it. Well, I've been out of it, honestly. I haven't been posting or anything. Took a break because I got kind of bored. Wanted to be lazy before school started and stuff. I know all of that. I know that never run turbo fuel in Traxxas nitro trucks. I've never tried turbo. So yeah, I'm pretty. What's the word I'm looking for? I have not tried a lot of fuels. I've only tried Byrons, which I've absolutely loved in my 8. Sidewinder, which does a good job in my 8. And then Traxxas fuel. Those are the only 3 brands I've ever tried. Sidewinder, to me, it does a good job. I've never tried Bones, so I'm not going to say Sidewinder is the best because I've never tried any other fuels. But I don't know. I like Sidewinder. It seems to do its job. I use Sidewinder. Finally! Someone says they use Sidewinder. Everyone else is like, oh, I use Bones. And I'm like, okay, it's great. Look at that. This thing is aged. It's like wine. The older it is, the better. It's like green. Probably because it's been sitting out in the light. Look at that. It's weird. So I could shine a light on it so you guys can see it. It's like green. You know? So I guess I'm not using this bottle today. I'll clean it out later. I'll use this one. I would use this one, but it's got some race blend in it. So yeah, I gotta clean out my fuel bottles. Frick, I didn't know. I didn't even know I had these. I didn't even know these still had fuel in them. See, that just shows you how long I've taken a break. So yeah, let me do that stuff there. Get my tuning screwdriver because nitro vibes. All right, so let's see. 25%, 12% oil. I want to try 25%. I don't really care to try 30, but I think 25 would be a good balance between reliability and bashability, or reliability and power. I think that'd be cool. My T-Max starts, then stalls right away. Check for air leaks, and there are none. You think it's the tune? Well, what I would try to do first is at least keep it running and have it get up to temperature. Like you can preheat it and stuff to get the cooling head and the outer metal up to temperature, but you have to also let the internals get up to temperature. So once those are up to temperature, that's when you can start figuring out what's wrong, because it might just be cold and you're getting onto it and you're getting on the throttle too soon and it just dies, because that's what my dad's OS does in his T-Max. And once he let it get up to temperature and he just blipped it and let it roll around, kind of just slowly get on the throttle, that's when it started to get better. The Bug 404 says that the oil ratio is very high in the percentage and volume of fuel. He said that even 11% oil is considered high in measure. Yeah, I use 12% oil because, lubrication and stuff. I would actually really like to try VP racing. I'd like to try VP Bobs, but it's freaking expensive. Whoa! You should try and run Blue Thunder in your 2.5. It runs awesome. Yeah, I would like to. I'd like to broaden my horizon of fuels because I'm a connoisseur in hats. I love hats. I wear hats all the time, especially if it's sunny. Even if it's cloudy, I'll wear a hat because hats. But I'd like to become a connoisseur in fuel. That'd be cool. You want expensive? I pay $28 a quart here. Well, for our real cars, at the gas station, we pay almost $5 a gallon. So that's pretty awesome. Love it. It's great. Pretty sure by a major fuel manufacturer that's been in business for 10 years or more would be fine for any two-stroke engine. Yeah, that's true. Sidewinder, I know it's reliable. Byron's not around because, I guess. But I know Sidewinder's been around for a long time, and I trust them. VP, they're really good at fuel, so. VP is a big name in full scale, so I'm surprised they don't dominate RC in fuel. But I'd like to try VP. I think that'd be cool. $1.37 a liter here for regular 87. Yeah, we pay like $4.87 per gallon. I'm American, so I don't know anything about liters. Because America's built different. VP is $14 a quart. That's not too bad. I think Trax is 13. something like that. Let me get onto A-Main because I love A-Main. One of my favorite websites. That and American Trucks. I spend a lot of time on American Trucks and A-Main. Traxxas Fuel. All right, yeah. So you guys can see right here, Traxxas, $14.95 for 20. Let's look up VP. Do they not have a quart? Oh, there we go. Oh no, that's 2-stroke. There we go. 17. So Traxxas is cheaper. But VP is like those are like the dudes in Tower Hobbies and A-Main are both good. I only use A-Main. I've never used Tower Hobbies before because, you know, I know what I like. I probably burned VP and didn't even know it. You know. See, that just shows you how good VP is. Everyone replicates what they do. If you got copiers, you know you're doing something right. But, you know, VP, best in the industry, full scale, you know, top of the line in nitro. You know what they're doing. Ooh. Can you guys hear that? There's a helicopter right above my house. That's cool. Alright. So if I can figure this out, I want to mount you guys onto my radio so you guys can watch me drive my Revo. So it's ready to go. It's charged. It's got fuel, tuning, screwdriver, all the stuff you need to make it go. But if I could, I would mount you guys onto my radio or to my noggin or somewhere, so that way you guys can see what I see when I drive. So that way I can just, I don't know. I would like to mount you guys and go live and figure out a way so that way you guys can watch me bash live. I think that would be cool, but I don't know how to do it. I need to get to 1,000 subscribers so I can go live on this camera or on my GoPro, so that way I can really take you guys with me bashing, mount you guys onto my head, and bash for like 2 hours. You know, we can problem solve together and everything. It'd be cool. I love A-Main. They have everything. Absolute Hobbies is my second pick. I've never even heard of them. Probably because you're Canadian and you're super cool, because Canadians are awesome. Like, legit, one of these days when I'm older, I want to go to Canada so I can say I've been to Canada, because it just seems like a cool place. Everyone there seems like they're happy. Everyone in America is like America, you know? I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. But I want you guys to tell me, did it die? Okay, good. There we go. Send you the link. I didn't know it was going to turn off. Otherwise, I would have just been like, I'll tell you later. Yay! It's fixed. I'm a wizard. Damn, I got 10 people on? Bro, I wish my lives were like hybrids and I get like 100 people on. I think that'd be epic. But the only reason why he got 100 people on last time was because he was firing up a nitro. So maybe I should do that. I'll clickbait everyone. Just kidding, I didn't do that, weirdos. I'm looking for a used HPI 5.9 engine. I'm looking for a used HPI Savage K5.9 with that 3-speed, baby. Because 2 speeds are cool, but 3 speeds is just a little bit cooler. So that's what I'm wanting to do. Hey, Nitro Freaks live. That's cool. Yeah, if I would have known he was gonna go live, I wouldn't have gone live. I would have driven my truck first, then watched his live, because his lives are cool. Patience, young Padawan. Patience. I'm a Jedi. I can move things with my mind and stuff. Only Kevin Talbot does clickbaiting. So I will say this, he does kind of clickbait sometimes, but I'm not going to talk too much trash about him because I actually like his videos. He seems like a goofy guy. Not everyone likes that, but I like that. It's cool. He seems like a cool guy to go RC with. Might have to settle for a new LRP 32. That would work. Man, if you're getting an LRP 32, that's not settling. That's freaking pimp. LRP 32s, they're so freaking awesome. They make an LRP 32 makes more horsepower than my lawnmower. Well, it's not my lawnmower, it's my dad's, but it makes more horsepower than our lawnmower. It's pretty cool. Like, how much? It's crazy to think that something that's like that big makes more horsepower than something that's like that big. Super cool. He just sends stuff till it breaks. I mean, hey, it's not my stuff, so I don't care. He pushes stuff to the limit. But he is building a freaking monster truck, like a real one, for Monster Jam, which he's been talking about for like a million years, and he's finally doing it, so it's freaking awesome. Oops, well, that broke. OS 18s are good. Yeah. I feel like an 18 would do really good in a T-Max 2.5. I feel like an OS 18 would be perfect in that truck. I want to get an OS 21 and big block my Revo. I think that'd be cool. Get the OS 21 TM. Something like that. I feel like that would be rad. Kevin Talbot is a multi-millionaire. That's why he purposely sends stuff like that. I wouldn't say, well, I mean, the guy does own a Lamborghini and he's building his own monster truck, so he probably is a multi-millionaire. Plus, the guy like never works. He's always playing with RC cars or selling stuff on eBay, so that's pretty cool. I was gonna drive my Revo while no one was home, but I don't care. So right now, let me give you guys something super cool. So right now on our air quality index thing, it's at a 164, which is just straight up unhealthy. So yeah, that's just, it's not good. Like legit, I went outside in that short span that I was outside, I started coughing. It was awesome. Love it so much. Wait, hold on. Someone tell me what makes an engine a big block and what makes it a small block. Are 21 small blocks? 21 is considered a big block. That's the smallest big block that you can have. Anything smaller than a 21 is considered a small block. I want that Rana Drake engine, but a little pricey. Yeah. that'd be cool. I want OS 21 TM for my Revo, so I can big block that bad boy. And then I want either a Dynamite 19 or an OS 18 for when the 2.5 dies. That's what I want. That's on my engine list. And then I pretty much have the engine that I want in that car already. My 8. And then for my 8 RTR, that car is pretty much a basher, so as long as the engine fires up and makes at least a little power, I'm happy with it, because I'm not really sending that thing super hard. I thought big blocks were 28s and up. No. I thought 21s were big block, were considered a big block. But I could honestly see. Yeah, I kind of feel like I'm wrong and you're right, Bob. I feel like 28s should be considered a big block. Or maybe a 25, because I know Nitro Freak put a 25 in his buggy. Or an OS 50. Let's do that. That'd be good. Might consider new 30 size dynamite. That'd be cool. Dude, just get the dynamite big red. Isn't that a 28? But it's just ported a little bit differently. The only situation that I would put a 28 into an RC car, or a 32 for that matter, is in a truggy. That's the only time I would put an engine that big in something. I wouldn't put it in a monster truck, because most of them are 2-speeds, and the 2-speeds aren't known for being super durable. So I'd probably put it in a truggy, because those things are built to. The truggies are built to last hour-long mains of you just beating on it lap after lap after lap after lap. So I'd probably, if I was to do something like that, if I was to big block a car like a 32, 28, something big like that, I'd probably do it in a truggy. But if I'm going to get a truggy, putting in a 21, a nice 21, and I'm taking that thing to the track. I'm not taking that to a bash spot. It's gonna be my track car. Ooh, a 90? I'm down. Let's put a 90 in a Revo, see what happens. That thing would have so much freaking torque. It'd be like, wah, 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 wah. So have any of you guys seen like those fifth scales where they have like pretty much dirt bike engines in them? Like, those things are crazy. I wouldn't want one of those, because it's like at some point it just becomes too much power to where it's not even usable. It's just wheelies all day. So that's probably as close one might get to taste around the Drake engine. I myself will not pay that much for one though. I run Works V5, it's 21 in my MP10 truggy, and it hauls. Yeah, I feel like the whole big engine thing, it's not really that smart to me. This is just me. I would never do it to a car that I own. Personally, I don't really care to have super big engines. I just care that the engine runs good, it's properly sized, and my car will do what I want it to do. Now, if I'm trying to do something stupid, then yeah, maybe having a big engine will help that. But usually, most of the time, it's just more weight, a little bit more power, and worse gas mileage. It's bigger explosion. So I don't really feel like it's that smart. But it's what I do. It's what I think, because I'm a person. Any ideas for a T-Max on engines. The Dynamite 19 would be a good one. Are you talking about a 3.3 or a 2.5? But OS 21 TM would be perfect in a 3.3. Dynamite 18 or OS 18 for the 2.5. That's what I would do. You do you. Those are my suggestions. For a 3.3, OS 21 TM for sure. That thing has a bunch of bottom end, and it's got plenty of horsepower. I think the 21 TM, it's like 1.7, and the 3.3, it's like 1.9 to 2.0 to 2 horsepower. But honestly, with these trucks, you don't really notice the loss in horsepower. What you notice is the giant increase in torque. That's what I noticed, at least. Because my dad's truck, it was just as fast with that 21 TM. It had less horsepower, but it had so much more torque. It just popped wheelies like nothing. It was awesome. Like for an MT, it's different, but for a buggy or truggy, it's overkill. And you'll just damage your rig. You don't need too much for a fifth scale. I won't pay for the power not needed. Exactly. Like the guys that are putting in like 80s and stuff into their cars, I'm like, it's a lot of money to go in a straight line because I know you're not jumping that thing with that engine in there. But to me, putting a 32 in a buggy, or not 32, a 28 in a buggy, like Nitro Mike does, to me, that's a little silly. I'm not going to ridicule anyone for doing it because, I mean, hey, it's your car. You do what you want to do. But in my opinion, it's just dumb because, like, those engines are really meant for heavy cars. Buggies are designed to be as light as possible and go as fast as they can around a track. When you put an engine like that in there, it's just more weight, worse fuel economy, and honestly not that big of a difference. It's not it's not my thing. I'd rather put a 21 in on a buggy, 21 in a truggy, go to a racetrack, not see if I can hit 55 going down the street. You can find it, get that 18 from HPI. I believe it's a 3.3. Little guy's a monster. Yeah, that is also another very, very good option. I heard those engines, they're like lawnmowers. You fire them up and they'll go all day long. It's crazy. Most important is reliability of the OS 21 TM. Yeah, they're a little bit finicky to start when they're cold, but once you get them up to temperature, they're fine. It's pretty cool. Whoa, I almost fell. So yeah, Revo T-Max. What I want to do is do a drag race between my Revo and my dad's 21 TM and my dad's T-Max. Preheat it, yeah, I would agree with that, but my dad, he wants. But with my dad and our T-Maxes and stuff, we take them out to the field and we start them cold because we don't have like a generator or anything or converter to go take power from the truck, our full-size truck, to the heat gun. So, and we don't have like one of those preheater things that you put on the cooling head that plug into a battery. We don't have one of those. So my dad's kind of like, I'll just start it and just warm it up manually. So that's the only thing. If you don't preheat it, they're finicky to start. But if you preheat it, it'll fire up. I might do the combo engine and servo deal for my new Kyosho. That's cool. Now the thing is, are you gonna race that Kyosho or is that gonna be a basher? Are you gonna take that car to the track or are you gonna take it out to the field? All right, yeah. So, anyways, let me know what you guys think about this idea. Tell me if it would be dumb. I feel like it would be kind of dumb, but at the same time, it'd also be kind of interesting at the same time. What I want to do is drag race this car right here. Drag race this Revo right here. Stock 3.3. Only thing it has done to it is a new air filter and carburetor. That's it. I would want to drag race this truck against my dad's T-Max, which has an OS21 TM in it. And I would want to see is a big block like that, a direct drop in, faster than the stock standard block truck. Or not standard block, but small block. Tell me what you guys think about that idea. I think that would be cool to see if a direct drop in big block would do anything. Because I know some people, they put like race 21s in their Revos and stuff, and they're freaking screaming down the road and stuff. I don't care to do that, but I'd like to see what is a direct drop in big block better than stock. I think that'd be cool. Curtis Baker says, no bashing. I have too many others to bash. Nice. I was worried you're going to take that Kyosho and take it out into a field. You think my dad will win? I don't know, because the truck had more bottom end, but I don't think it was faster. I think the truck, because that OS21 definitely has way more bottom end than the 3.3, but I don't know if it has the same top end that it does. And I want to do it like stock. Like, I want to keep everything the same. So same clutch, same flywheel, same clutch bell, stock gearing for both trucks. Not the same gearing in both trucks, but keep the gearing that comes out of the box stock in both trucks, if you guys understand what I'm saying. And then everything else. So my dad, I don't know. I feel like the most scientific way to do it would be to take my dad's take my dad's 21 out of his T-Max and put it in his Revo and then go from there. I feel like that would be the most scientific way to do it, because I don't know though. I think it'd be cool though, because like if I was doing this for like science, with like if I was doing this like as a science project or something, I'd want to do it like stock Revo 3.3 with the carb and air filter. Or well, I guess I'd have to, if I was to keep it truly scientific, I'd have to change out the carburetor and put the stock air filter on, so it's completely stock. And then I'd have to have my dad put his OS in there with stock filter and go from there. But I'm lazy, and this isn't for science. It's for goof offs. So, yes. I seen a Revo with an OS21. It was extreme. Extreme. You still running that OS carb on your 3.3? Oh, frick yeah. I love that thing. Like, legit, the 3.3, it ran okay with the stock carburetor. With that OS carburetor on there, the damn thing purrs literally the entire time it's on. No issues. And, like, so you guys know how you go with a T-Max or a Revo with the stock carburetor on it, it'll go wee wee, and then you let off the throttle, and then the revs will kind of hang and then slowly drop down. So you go wee wee wee. You guys would know what I'm talking about if it would if you guys could hear it. I'm not talented with my vocal skills. And then, but like legit with that car, as soon as I let off the throttle as soon as I let off the throttle after doing a pull, the thing would just snap right back to idle. Well, I'm sure you guys saw the video. I don't know if you guys did or didn't, but that engine runs fantastic with that carburetor. It's unbelievable how how freaking good it runs. I think a race first will give you some idea though. That'd be yeah. Just to give you like a general base. I wouldn't do it. I don't want to do it like super scientific or anything, but just because I can, you know. I wonder why all nitro prices are going up. Honestly, they're going up because supply and demand. People want nitros. They're not making as much as they want, so they're going to charge more. Plus, the price of manufacturing has gone up because, well, the price of everything literally went up because of COVID. Metal is expensive. Metal's really expensive. Wood's super expensive. Plastic, rubber is also expensive. So, pretty much the price to build the cars is going up. So, in order for the companies to make money, they have to charge more. But I think if this COVID will ever go away, I think once it goes away, all the prices are slowly going to start trickling down until everything's back to the way it was. Also, what nitro would you recommend to buy right now? Well, that depends. What's your budget? Because if you don't want to spend too much, I know the perfect car for you. If you're willing to spend a little bit more, I know the perfect car for you. So it just tell me your budget, and then I can give you an answer. Because I could easily tell you, oh, you should go buy a new X-ray buggy and put yourself a $500 OS in it, and yeah, that'll do great on a racetrack. Well, what's your budget? What are you gonna use it for? You don't want to spend too much. If you don't want to spend too much, then the Nitro Rustler or Nitro Slash, those are good options. They're not crazy expensive. They're super easy. They're super simple. Build wise, they're really simple. There's not too much to go wrong with them. You don't have to worry about a 2-speed. It's just straight cut gears with no shifting mechanisms, and prices and parts for them are super cheap. If I was to buy nitro on a budget, it'd either be a Losi RTR or a Hobeo RTR. Yeah, but the Losi cars, the RTR Losis, those things went up quite a bit. They went from like, I remember the buggy was like $300, like not $300, but it was like $380, and now it's like mid 400s, like 450. So they went up quite a bit. The Nitro Rustler, Nitro Slash, I believe they're on the low 300s. So Kitty 1000 Ultra, what's up? Been streaming hour 18 minutes. I was gonna go drive my Revo. I'm still gonna go drive my Revo, but I don't know when, because you guys are fun. But like, if I was to go nitro on a budget, it'd be the Rustler or the Slash. Now, me being me, I would probably get the Rustler because I don't have a nitro stadium truck. I already have a short course truck and a stadium truck, but I would rather have a Rustler if it was me. What do you guys think? Is there any other options that I'm missing? Is there any like? Is there any cars that I don't know about? That would be a good option for Grandmaster Yoda. Because honestly, if you didn't have a budget and you wanted something fun that you can bash around, Revo, all day. That truck is so much freaking fun. The T-Maxes are also fun, but I'm gonna be honest, they kind of drive like a brick. They're very archaic. They drive they drive like they're an old truck. The Revo, it's like sways and stuff. It goes over the bumps and stuff super good. So if you didn't have a budget, I'd probably say the Revo. But if you didn't want a monster truck, then I'd say the Slayer. And if you didn't want to buy Traxxas, I'd probably say the Habeo, however you want to say it. Or what else? One of the Kyoshos would also be maybe a good option, but they always discontinue their cars after like a year. I would do a Habeo before a low C though, because of Hyper Engine's performance. I didn't know Ben. No, we have Habeo. Not a fan of low C. They suck in my opinion. Yeah, I mean people have their own opinions. I mean there is this one guy. I'm not gonna mention his name because I don't want to bring people to his channel because frick that guy. But I commented on one of his videos. The guy's like a 70-year-old alcoholic that's a total Arma fanboy, and he was claiming that Arma's the best brand because they're so much better, they're stronger, they're cheaper, and I'm like, and I commented on one of his videos basically saying, but if they're so much better, why do you have to upgrade the chassis so they don't bend? If you got to upgrade the chassis, you may as well just go look for a different car. And then you got super mad, and it turned into a little ordeal. But people have their own opinions, so I'm not gonna be like, I mean, as long as you're respectable about it, then I won't do anything. If I was buying a Nitro RTR to bash it, it'd be HPI Racing. For racing, I run Kyosho. Yeah, that's pretty good. HPI has some pretty good options. They're bullet and stuff. Picking you a Revo 3.3, basically new for $350 Canadian tonight. Dude, that's freaking awesome. It's right now I'm looking for a used Savage K5.9 3-speed, and I'm also looking for a used Low C5T 2.0 because $1,600 is not. I'm not gonna be able to spend that much money at once. Wow, Arma's are great, but yeah, the chassis. Honda is nothing more than an Offna brand, which has been a major brand for years. Yeah, I remember Offna. I see them all the time in old magazines, but they had to change their name or something, or they went out of business, and then Habio bought them, or whatever. I don't know how to say their name. Bullet, cool. Yeah, the Bullet comes with that HPI 18, the one that's that really reliable one, the G3.0. I think that's what comes in the Bullet. It's all-wheel drive stadium truck. It's got big monster truck tires and stuff on it. So it's a good option if you want to bash. Hey bro, if you're looking for a fifth scale, just get a Roven. Well, I would get a Roven, but they don't offer the truck that I'm looking for, or the specific type of truck that I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is pretty much a 32 to 34 cc 4-wheel drive short course truck, and they do not have that. They only have the 45s. And the 45 is too big to. It's too much. It's too heavy. It's too heavy to drive around a track. It's too top heavy. I would say too much power, but around some physical tracks, it's better to have more power than not enough. Offna was the stuff back in the day. Remember the Offna HPI war? I was upgrading my Savage with Offna parts. You were one of those? You traitor. I kind of wish I was around back when like Nitro monster trucks were like the thing. I feel like that was a really cool time period in RC. Whenever dudes were building them like full on aluminum show trucks and stuff, and then they'd put like a giant engine in them, and they'd fire them up, and then they wouldn't drive them. They just have them start. I feel like that era of RC is like the 80s. Like people look back on it and they're like, what were we thinking? But like, what are your guys' opinions on building like a full on aluminum show truck? What do you guys think about that? I'd be interested to hear what you guys think about that. I know Curtis. I know you built an MGT like that, right? Where it was like full on aluminum, super pretty, color coordinated and stuff. Like it's pretty much a show truck. So I'm gonna tell you guys my opinion because, you know, I'm the guy. Um, so pretty much to me, building trucks like that, it's kind of dumb. Because for me, I like to use my stuff. Sure, I like for them to be clean and nice to look at. But I also want to be able to jump them in the air, land wrong, and not have to worry about bending half of the stuff. So it was, to me, it's just a lot of money for a big block of aluminum that you can't really drive because it'll bend. For me, I like trucks when they're built with a purpose, and I get it. The trucks like that have a purpose. They're meant to look nice, but I like trucks that are built more to do something. Like when I see trucks that are built to do backflips and stuff, even if they look like a total turd, I'd rather look at one of those than a super pretty show truck. Just because I know that truck has probably done front flips. Meanwhile, the show truck probably hasn't ever even touched dirt. So that's just my opinion. I'm more of a function over looks kind of person. Like in even in full size trucks, like you see like all these bag trucks where they're super low to the ground. You see bag dualies and stuff, and then you see overlanding trucks versus the show trucks. I preferred the overlanding trucks over the show trucks. Even though more money was probably put in the show trucks, I prefer the overlanding trucks because they're built with purpose. They do something. The show trucks, they just sit there. Overlanding trucks, they actually do things. So he explained to me how it looked, and it sounds really cool. Let's see, man. The only thing I hated about the Savage was the throttle and brake linkages. What a horrible design. We would move the electronics back where the fuel tank was, and vice versa. Nice. When I was not born yet, my father purchased a giant ITRC car. I was saying he would save it till I became old enough, but he had to sell it when I was born because he couldn't cut his bills. That sucks. He explained to me how it looked, and it sounds really cool. Yeah. That really sucks. My dad, he so badly wanted to build his RC10 Gold Tub, and I was like, no, because the thing is literally brand new in box. The original seal, like the original plastic wrap that goes around it, isn't even broken. Well, it's torn, but it's not like broken off. And the original factory seals on the box are not even cut. So that car is a freaking gem. And he wanted to build it so bad. And I'm like, no, if you want to build a car like that, you may as well just get yourself another 8 scale or something. Because like that car is easily worth at least $1,800. So you don't see too many cars that old, brand new, still in box in kit form. You just don't see too many of those. It's really cool. If I would know the model, I would try to get one back. Yeah. Luckily for me, I don't got that issue, except no fifth scale. I really want a fifth scale. There's too much money. And I don't make enough money to pay for one. It's like $20 for a single A-arm. It's like crazy. That's kind of why I'm sticking with the smaller stuff right now. You know, a little bit easier on the wallet. But even then, 10 scale race cars, they cost just as much, if not more, than an 8 scale race car. especially if you're racing spec like 17.5, 13.5. You spend a lot of money on like 10 thousandths of a second. Like, it's crazy how much these guys spend for club racing. I could not imagine how much. I can't imagine how much those cars have. I cannot imagine how much money those cars. What am I trying to say? I cannot imagine how much money those race cars have put into them when they're performing or competing on a national or world's level. Like, it's crazy. The only way that I will only tracks is by using hardcore or UE extreme hop ups. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, you don't have any Traxxas cars, do you, Curtis? Best bang for your buck RTR now is the Kyosho MP9 TKI 4v2 buggy. It's pretty much a race kit built for you. Yeah, I saw that thing. When I first saw it, I thought it was a kit, and then I saw the tires that they have on it, and I was like, that does not look. I don't think Kyosho comes with tires. I don't even think they come with wheels. But I'd consider that if I didn't have my own 8 scale buggy and I wanted to get into 8 scale racing, I'd get that one. Even though it costs $500, it's still better than spending close to $1,000 on a kit. You know what? I'm not gonna film. I'll drive tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Or, well, actually, I can't film tomorrow because I'm going to a football game. I'm gonna hang out with friends. So, I'll film on Saturday. I'm not doing anything Saturday. I don't do anything on the weekends. Pretty epic. Well, if I'm going on Saturday, I may as well just go up to the bash spot. But I am gonna drive the Revo right now. I'm not gonna film it, but I am gonna drive it because I want to burn some nitro. It's only 86 right now. What the frick? Damn, it's like really nice right now. For some of you guys that live like next to the coast and stuff, you guys might think 86. What are you on fire? No. When we're on fire, that's like 100, 103, 104. That's when I'm like, okay, I'm starting to feel the heat. But anything under like, pretty much anything under 99, I'm like, this is acceptable. Anything under 90, I'm like, oh my god, it's so nice outside. But like, yeah, it sucks though, because like, we have really good weather, like temperature wise, terrible air quality. So when I go outside, I'm probably gonna wear a mask. Not because like COVID or anything. I'm not worried about that since I'm not gonna be around anyone. I'm gonna wear this because the air quality is that bad. It's literally dust and smoke. That's what makes up our air right now. It's all the farmers harvesting almonds and stuff right now. They're like making it half the time. Like whenever I'm driving home from the school farm with my sister and my mom, it looks like there's fog off in the distance, but no, it's not fog. It's dust in the air. And lately, it's been really windy these 2 days, so like a lot of it's so dry here in California because it hasn't rained in months. It's so dry, and there's a bunch of tractors and stuff are going around, especially right now because of all the almond harvesting. It's just dust everywhere, and it's pretty. And I think my cough and my sore throat, it's from that. Because my mom, she got the same thing, cough and sore throat. She went to go get tested for COVID, came back negative. It was just horrible air quality. And then I got tested for COVID, and it was horrible air quality. So our weather has been good for going out and burning nitro. I should have went out today. Should have had my wife drop me off at your house. We could have had a heyday. Well, not really, because I'm in school now, so It sucks. I have to go to school. Ugh. But it's not all bad because I get to hang out with friends and stuff. It's just annoying when I have to do school things like pay attention in class and do homework and take notes. That's when school's not fun. But every other time it's okay. But I'm going to a football game tomorrow after school at like I'm gonna be out at the I'm gonna be out at the game at like 6:30. Probably won't get home till like 10. So it's gonna be a Rager day tomorrow night. It's gonna be epic. All right. So all right. So I think I'm gonna let you guys go here. I'm gonna be going to the farm here in about an hour or so. I want to get at least 2 tanks in the Revo, and then spray it all off with the air compressor, so that way when I put it up and shelve it for Saturday, it's not gonna be a complete pig and be super dirty. So yeah, that's gonna be the stream for right now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Appreciate all you guys getting on, talking with me. I was bored. I was like, you know what? I'll go live. We'll see where it goes. And it was a fun night tonight. So yeah, wish me luck. Hopefully nothing goes wrong with my Revo, which I'm sure it won't. But you never know. So yeah, appreciate all you guys getting on. I'm gonna go burn some nitro. Hopefully you guys have a great night. And see you guys later. Peace. And broadcast.